This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing an emergency declared, and we could see major shortages. They are warning that the supply chain and the food supply is now in danger right now. And they're saying it's related to even things like this bridge collapse, right? We also have the government and governors warning to stock up now. They're putting out lists of items to get prepared and get ready. All right, so we're going to cover all this stuff, and I'm also going to give you guys some personal recommendations of items that I recommend as well, because the government's saying get these things. I'm just going to tell you guys what I have and let you know. All right, so really quick, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated, and it helps to get these warnings out. All right, so you can see here we have an emergency declared, and we also have the government warning to stock up on specific items. All right, I'll get to that in just a second, but I want to get to this emergency that was just declared right now today, and they're saying we could see major shortages of things like fertilizer, and they're saying that we could see hits to our food supply right now, and we could see major crop losses in the United States. And they're saying this is potentially even linked to things like this Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse, because the supply chain has been shut down so bad from that. It's a multitude of things, but that's one of the key factors that they are warning of. All right, so you can see here, this was just declared. An emergency has been declared in Montana, right? And this is affecting states all over the country as well. And we also have a governor in a different state warning to stock up on goods right now. We'll get to that in a second. But you can see here it says Montana has declared an emergency over fertilizer supply. This is big. It says Montana has issued an emergency through Tuesday, April 30th to help meet demand for fertilizer delivery. It says international sanctions, the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, and severe weather in the Midwest and central states have slowed the delivery of fertilizer in Montana and elsewhere across the country, according to the executive order. All right, so this is big. They just signed this executive order declaring this emergency, and it says, quote, the impact of slowed deliveries into Montana, the vast distances that must be traveled with supplies, and a shortage of drivers has caused an increased short-term demand for delivery of anhydrous ammonia and other fertilizers by commercial delivery trucks. All right, and this is prime time, ready to go. This is when farmers are about to plant their crops. All right, they're clearing out the fields. The snow's finally melted from winter. They're getting it all ready to go, cleared out, and they're ready to plant. They need this fertilizer right now. So this is critical that this is happening, and the timing of this couldn't be any worse. All right, it also says it is noted that based on weather forecasts and drought conditions, fertilizer deliveries could be further delayed and may threaten the timeline for planting and crop emergence. It says state officials have estimated that this could have up to a $400 million impact on Montana's $1.6 billion crop production value. All right, so they're saying a quarter of the crops in Montana could be wiped out from this fertilizer emergency. All right, so this is big, and this also comes on top of we have governors in other states, all right, warning that you need to get stocked up and get emergency preparedness supplies right now. You can see here Governor Greg Abbott just posted this. He says emergency supplies are tax-free this weekend in Texas. Having emergency supplies ready is a critical part of being prepared for any disaster. He said Texans are encouraged to stock up on supplies to protect themselves and their loved ones in case of an emergency. All right, he just posted this today, April 25th, and they're saying that from Saturday, April 27th through Monday, April 29th, you can get tax-free emergency preparedness supplies. right? And he's encouraging everyone. And he said, quote, "I encourage Texans across the state to stock up on supplies they might need in an emergency to protect themselves and their loved ones, such as first aid kits, flashlights, or handheld fire extinguishers," right? So that's what he's saying. Stock up on this stuff. This warning just went out, and they're saying to stock up this weekend. All right, and here's also a list of things that they are telling you to get right now. Okay, you can see here portable generators that are less than $3,000 will qualify for this. All right, and we're seeing power outage warnings all the time. All right, you can see here that ERCOT, this is the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, warns it may delay the CPS Energy from closing gas-fueled power units. This just came out 2 days ago. It says the grid operator said the plan by San Antonio's city-owned utility could have a, quote, material impact on the ability to supply power statewide. All right, so they're shutting down these gas power plants left and right, these coal power plants, even gas, even natural gas. I thought that was good. Apparently it's not anymore. They're being shut down left and right, and the grid is vulnerable, and ERCOT's even warning of it. All right, that's the Texas Reliability Council. All right, so get a generator. Personally, what I use and I've used for years, 3 or 4 years, is a Champion open frame inverter generator. That's what I've used. That thing has 5,000 to 10,000 hours at least, maybe more, probably 10,000 plus hours. Because once it gets to 1,000, it doesn't count anymore. So I have 1,000, and that happened years ago. Okay, so we have thousands of hours on this generator, and I've never had any major issues with it. The only thing is I've had to clean out the carburetor and change the oil constantly, but you have to do that anyways. Any generator, change the oil every 100 to 200 hours. Don't let it get over 200 hours because that oil gets nasty and it starts filling with microscopic metal pieces, and there's no oil filter or anything in a generator, so you really need to change the oil a lot on these small engines. All right, so Champion open frame inverter, no affiliation or anything. That's just what I've used for 4 years, 3 or 4 years living in my RV off grid. All right, so get one of those tax-free right now. Also, emergency ladders that are less than $300. Hurricane shutters are tax-free. They're saying get axes, batteries. They're saying any type of battery. Can openers, carbon monoxide detectors, coolers and ice chests for food storage, fire extinguishers, first aid kits, fuel containers, ground anchor systems and tie-down kits, hatchets, ice products, light sources, portable self-powered, including battery-operated, including candles, flashlights, lanterns, all right, mobile telephone batteries and mobile telephone chargers, all right, you can get big blocks for your phone. We have some, I can't remember the brand off the top of my head, but get some of those too. Power, we actually have a couple different brands of these big battery blocks that you can charge up and charge your phone with. We use them when we go camping or anything like that. Also, radios, portable self-powered, includes two-way or weatherband radios, smoke detectors, tarps and other plastic sheeting. Tarps are critical if you have a leak on your roof and you can cover things, right? If there's any damage, tarps are incredible. I'm always using tarps on the homestead for covering garden beds, things like that, covering animals, making shelters, stuff like that. Tarps are good for that, all right? So they're also saying several over-the-counter items such as antibacterial hand sanitizer, soap, spray, wipes, all that good stuff are going to qualify. So get stocked up on this stuff now, guys, while the opportunity's here. And the governor's saying that we need to be prepared for an emergency, and we're already seeing these shortages and emergencies happening right now around the country, right? We could see food disruptions. We're already seeing all this other stuff going on with the food supply. All right, I was talking about earlier in my video, if you guys didn't see, federal order just signed, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. And now we have warnings like this. Now there's a fertilizer emergency. We could see major shortages at Walmart, especially of crops in a few months, okay? Because they're planting right now. They're planting. We're kind of living off last year's harvest, unless it's super fresh produce, right? That only lasts a week. But all the grains, everything like that is from last year still. It's been winter and they're about to plant. So this is a major hit to not have this fertilizer right now. Terrible timing. And they're saying it's going to wipe out a quarter of the crops inside Montana, right? So have canned goods as well, right? Have your food stocked up. Your prepper pantry, have rice, tons of water to boil this rice if you have a rice cooker, right? Learn how to make a fire. Learn how to have some kindling. Have some things to burn. We have a wood stove, okay? If it ever hits the fan, we can cook on that. It has a top on it and it's hooked up to the chimney, okay? So it can heat the house and we can cook on it. All right, we have our generator if the power ever goes out. We have satellite internet in case anything ever happens. That's what we use. They don't have regular internet out here anyways, so we use satellite internet, and that's connected. We can hook that into our generator and have internet if there's a power outage around here and the towers are down. Because if there's a large power outage, then the cell phone towers might be down too. A lot of them have backup generators, but those only last so long, and they're going to have to keep those going if there's a prolonged outage, right? So get yourself prepared, get yourself ready. Please hit that like for me, hit that subscribe. It helps to get these warnings out, and so people know if you're in Texas, right, you need to go this weekend. Now's the time to do it. Get these things if you've been waiting to stock up. Get some preps, been holding out on a few things. Get these things now. Get an extra gas can, fuel container, and fill it up. Because I'm telling you, when you're struggling to ration energy, preserve energy, we've done this living off grid in the RV, right? And especially if you're in like a harsh environment where you're just like out in the desert or something and it's really hot, it's middle of summer, it's brutal. It's brutal because you want to be running your AC the whole time. You want to have all this stuff on, but you're draining that gas really quickly. So you're trying to micromanage everything and trying not to, you're turning off all the lights, making sure stuff's getting unplugged, not leaving the TV on, just running. All this stuff, you're really thinking about it when you have to conserve your energy, your electricity, and your food, all the stuff. It's a lot different mindset than to just know, oh, I can just go to the grocery store, right? So get prepared now. These things, it's going to keep going, right? These sanctions, the attacks on our supply chain, these bridge collapse, this weather, there's weird stuff going on with that. Everyone knows what's going on. There's crazy stuff going on, right? It's all affecting our supply chain, our food supply, everything. And we can only take so much. This is like death by 1,000 cuts that the United States is under right now, okay? So get stocked up, get a bag of fertilizer. I'm about to grab another bag tomorrow because I didn't realize how critical this is, that they're having shortages all the way here. People need to know this is happening in other states as well, and it's spreading, all right? And they're probably going to extend this order too if the situation doesn't get resolved, right? So thank you guys. Grab an extra bag of fertilizer, grab an extra pack of seeds next time you're at the store, next time you're at Tractor Supply, hardware store, Ace Hardware, Walmart, wherever you're going, okay? Next time you're there, you're Rural King, Baumgars, all these places. I've been to all these different places around the country, these different farm stores. And next time you're there, guys, get it. I'm telling you, because that bag of fertilizer, that few pack of seeds, one day it might be the game changer for you. And it might be extremely valuable too. Even if it's not growing you food, it might be used for bartering. All right, so also look into natural forms of fertilizer. All right, we have a ton of chickens and we're always clearing out their big coop, and we have a big pile of just their crap, right? And that can be used as fertilizer. That is potent fertilizer that can be thrown right on the garden. We let it sit there for a little bit and then we just throw it on the garden, right? Throw it out in there. So that's also natural forms of fertilizer are everywhere too. Look into these things, and once you get it going, once you get these systems going, you're growing food, your chickens are eating it, they're giving you fertilizer, and then you're growing more food with it. All right, get these cycles going on your homestead and get a pack of seeds. Even if you're in the middle of the city, have a pack of seeds that can be used for trading or bartering. That can be like a little currency if things are down, if it ever hits the fan. All right, so thank you guys. Hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.